Hello and welcome to Nature Days Outdoor Learning Resources, sponsored by the Gower Society. Now it's a really sunny day today, so my challenge for you is to try and write your name using the power of the sun. Now, you might be really clever and have lots of really important equipment at home and be able to create your own solar-powered computer. I haven't got that, so I'm going to try and do it using the energy of the sun by magnifying it. Now to do this, I'm going to need something to magnify the energy of the sun, and I've got a magnifying glass here and something to write on. Now I could try with paper or I could do it on wood, but you've got to be very careful to choose your location so there's nothing behind you that might get magnified onto and might actually catch fire. So make sure you don't do this on grass, do it on the concrete or something that you know will not burn. Because it's amazing how quickly things can burn if it's a dry day like today. Once you've got your paper or your wood in place, you need to take your magnifying glass, direct it towards the sun, and you need to experiment. Now at the moment, all I'm doing with my magnifying glass is making a shadow. That's not going to make anything burn. So if I can get the sun, when it comes out, to focus through my magnifying glass, I should be able to make a pinpoint which is much brighter than the rest of the paper. So there. Can you see my pinpoint? Now the smaller I make that pinpoint, the more energy is being focused on that one location. This is when your persistence and patience comes in, because you're going to have to hold this in place until it burns. And that might take some time. Now if you can see, my paper's flapping about, and as soon as it moves, it's not getting all the sun in that location, it's moved. So you may have to work out a way of stabilizing your paper. And sometimes it's actually easier to do it on wood because the wood doesn't flap around. You also might find that after a while your hand's getting tired. So you might have to construct something to hold your magnifying glass in the right location and your wood or paper at the right distance so that it can sit there without you having to hold it. But you mustn't leave it unattended. You need to watch that all the time, just in case the sun moves, which it will do, or it actually starts burning, because otherwise you'll just have one big hole in your paper. So once you've got that burning going on and you've got that very small focal point, you need to very slowly move your magnifying glass and see if you can create a line instead of one hole. And then you need to see if you can make a letter. Okay, it might take some time and you do need to be patient and persevere, but it is an incredible thing if you can do it. Now the trick is to get the focal length right so that it burns the paper, but don't hold it there for too long so the paper catches light. A bit easier on wood because it's not going to catch light, but if you hold it for too long, your paper will just catch fire and then you'll lose your paper and you won't be able to write on it anymore. For safety reasons, you should have a bucket of water next to where you're working. So if it does catch fire, you can pour the water over your paper or over your wood so you don't have a problem of a fire you can't control. But also take care, make sure that you are being safe, and the only thing you're trying to burn with your magnifying glass is the paper or the wood. Because if you do use anything else, it could give off horrible fumes if it's plastic, or if it's something that's alive like your finger, it will hurt. So be careful, stay safe, and I'd love to see if you manage to create anything, doesn't have to be your name, anything from the power of the sun on paper or card. So if you do manage to burn anything at all with the power of the sun, then please do tweet a photo of it, #NatureDays or @DawnNatureDays, because I'd love to see what you managed and also how you managed it. So if you managed to do a really good setup with your magnifying glass on a holder and your card or your paper or your wood on a holder next to it, I'd love to see how you managed it. Now remember, you're going to have to watch that sky to use the best time of day in order to get the most sun. Midday, the sun is strongest and at the highest point, and so if you try then hopefully if there's no clouds about, you can try and use the power of the sun to create your own picture or your own words. Good luck, stay safe, and I see you tomorrow.